Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm going to show you a very easy way to make breadcrumbs. Alright? Now this is Ezekiel bread that I made, but you can use any bread you want. What you're going to have to do is cut this bread really, really thin. We're talking super thin, like 1/4 of an inch. You're going to lay them out on a cookie sheet or some sort of baking dish or anything flat. You don't want them to overlap. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make these. Just got to remember to cut it really thin. And you just make one layer. Don't stack them on top of each other. That's the last thing you want to do. So you set your oven at 300. Because we don't want to toast them. The thing is to dry them out. We want to be able to dry them out properly. I'm just going to do 6 slices. So far I have 4. The thicker your bread, the harder it is. You have to do it the old-fashioned way. But if you have it really thin like this and you got an oven, you can dry this bread out pretty fast. Okay, you're boiling. Another mess to clean up. As you see, cutting it thin, it's difficult. All right, I've cut them out. I'm going to put them, when that beep goes, into an oven at 300 degrees. Now when they're done doing this, while they're in the oven, we're going to get a food processor out. And this way you get all different kinds of flavors with your breadcrumbs. I mean, you can go from one point to from a whole wheat to a sourdough. You can use bagels, you can use rolls, you can use whatever you have. But one thing you have to do is cut it extremely thin. 1/4 of an inch is fine. You don't want to use a high oven because then you're going to toast it. You don't want to toast it. You just want to dry this out. That's the whole thing. I've got to go get food processor. This is my little mini food processor, and it's a Cuisinart too. A lot of my kitchen will be cooking equipment that you see I use on the stove, pots and pans, and if it's Cuisinart or All Clad, or you'll have KitchenAid. These are definitely equipment that I would recommend highly. The only ice cream maker other than the hand crank one that I know is Musso, but I have had no problems with my Musso, and we're talking over 10 years of having it. So you can imagine it has upheld well. I know people complain about prices on things, but I save up for this stuff. If my husband didn't get it, I save up for it. Most of the time I didn't have to ask, he would just buy it for me. He was always buying stuff because he knew I had fun in the kitchen and I like to experiment, so he encouraged me. A good husband will always do that. He won't put you down, he'll encourage you and go out of his way to make sure you have all the equipment that you need. Now we just have to wait. Now we're going to be watching this. You don't want to toast them. That's why we're using 300. It's going to take a bit, but what you do is you sit there and you just periodically look at it, wait to see if it's dry, and then when it feels dry on one side, you're going to flip it over and do the other side, and then it's ready to grind up, and a small food processor will do the job beautifully. I'm not kidding, it really does. Now, because we're having fish cakes, I also have to scrub some potatoes over here. I'm making a new one that I'm unaccustomed to, but anyway, that's what we're doing. But this video is more about the breadcrumbs. It's just a waiting time now. We just have to wait. That might take about 30 minutes. We just have to wait and see. You just have to keep on checking it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then when I'm done, there will be a part, when they're fully dry, I will be back in a part 2, and I'll show you blending them up and just how easy it is to make your own, finish up making your own breadcrumbs. So I'll see you then.